It's GunsInThe701.com's weekly edition of the Badass of the Week. This week, we go back to World War II once again with Charles Jackson French. Born September 25th, 1919, he was an orphan from Foreman, Arkansas, who learned to swim in the Red River at the age of 8. First enlisting in the Navy in 1937, he completed his enlistment in 1941 as a mess attendant, 3rd class, and moved to Omaha, Nebraska, where he lived with his older sister. When the attack on Pearl Harbor happened, French went to the closest recruitment office, and on December 19, 1941, re-enlisted in the Navy. Now, while serving, after French's ship, the high-speed transport USS Gregory, was sunk by gunfire from an Imperial Japanese Navy ship in the Solomon Islands on the morning of September 5, 1942. The mess attendant, 2nd class, swam 6 to 8 hours in shark-infested waters near Guadalcanal, all while towing a life raft with 15 survivors aboard, dragging them out of range of Japanese gunfire and possible capture, which would likely have meant execution. Swimming until sunrise, French and the 15 sailors on the raft that he was towing were spotted by a scout aircraft. The pilot dispatched a Marine landing craft to pick them up. French was one of 6 sailors who swam through the night and up to 8 hours, rescuing all but 11 members of Gregory's crew. Now, French was recommended for the Navy Cross, but instead received only a form letter of commendation from Admiral William F. Halsey Jr. in May of 1943. Now, Admiral Halsey was then commander of the South Pacific Fleet. The commendation stated, for meritorious conduct and action while serving on board of a destroyer transport which was badly damaged during the engagement with the Japanese forces in the British Solomon Islands on September 5, 1942. Now, the survivors felt that French deserved a higher tribute, possibly a congressional medal, or at least a Silver Star. But the Gregory episode was complicated by the insurance of posthumous Silver Stars to Lieutenant CDR F. Bauer, the ship's commander. Wounded and dying, the skipper ordered 2 companions to leave him and go on to aid other crewmen who were yelling for help. He was never seen again. By Navy standards, it would be nearly unprecedented for a subordinate to receive a higher decoration for an act of heroism comparable to that of a superior, which is some bullcrap. And noted on History.com, you can see that 1.2 million African Americans who served in World War II fought for democracy overseas while being treated as second-class citizens by their own country. French was memorialized on a war gum trading card and in a comic strip. The Chicago Defender named him Hero of the Year. Now, French was discharged as a Stuart Mate's First Class on March 9th, 1945. After the war, he married and had 1 daughter. Suffering from alcoholism, most likely caused by post-traumatic stress disorder, French died on November 11, 1956 at the age of 37. He was buried at Fort Rosicrucian National Cemetery in San Diego, California. And what should have happened long ago, in 2022, French was posthumously awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Medal for heroic actions not involving direct contact with an Army enemy. Dragging soldiers through shark-infested waters with a rope tied to you for 8 hours. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The award was presented on May 21st, 2022 at Naval Base San Diego at a ceremony in which the base's rescue swimmer training pool was dedicated in French's honor. On the 10th of January of 2024, the U.S. Secretary of the Navy, Carlos del Toro, announced a new Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer, the DD-142, would be named the U.S. Charles J. French in his honor. It's all a little too late, but you know what? You gotta admit, if you wanted anybody next to you on a ship, in a foxhole, anywhere that was going to have your back, it would be him. We are talking about Charles Jackson French, a true badass. We appreciate you listening to the Badass of the Week on GunsInThe701.com. We're going to try to do this for you every week and give you new people and some cool information. If you got time to go to GunsInThe701.com and check out some of our stuff in the store, t-shirts, or maybe some of our assault tumblers, whatever you see there, please pick up a few things, help us out a little bit. And on the site as well, you can see the QR code that you can always donate a little money, whatever you got, whatever you want to spare, to help us out as we buy up new equipment equipment and improve our studios and do more stuff on gunsinthe701.com. Hey, this has been Badass of the Week on gunsinthe701.com. I'm Mike, and as Clay always says, keep your powder dry.